Yes. Photon we are discussing. What is photon beta? Incident, that is the light radiation. The light or electromagnetic waves consists of tiny packets of energy called photons. So we can write it as the tiny packets of energy of electromagnetic waves called photons. This photon will travel with the speed of light. Speed of light. Speed of light. And the energy of photon. What is the energy of photon is given as E is equal to h mu. We can also write it as Sc by lambda. E is energy of photon. What is E means? I can write it as energy of photon. Energy of photon. Already in photoelectric effect also we discussed about these things, about photon and everything. Now the topic is photon. So again we are revising it. This is the frequency. Frequency of radiation. Frequency of radiation. And what is lambda? Lambda is wavelength of radiation. Wavelength of radiation. Wavelength of radiation. Like that we can write about photon. The photon, here when we are discussing, this is the formula we are happy in this record, E equal to h mu. We can write as Sc by lambda. Here h is Planck's constant, C is speed of light, all those things we know. Now the question is, what is rest mass of photon? Actually, when you observe, photon exists only while moving. Remember, very, very important point. Photon exists only while moving. Only while moving. So, only while moving and have zero rest mass. Have zero rest mass. Photon rest mass is zero. This is the information about photon. Rest mass of photon is zero. Photon exists only while moving and rest mass is zero. How to write the mass of particle with velocity v means? Actually, we think that mass of particle always will remain constant. No, mass of particle also will change with the speed of light. That is speed of the particle. Speed of the particle is changing, mass also changes. That is the main theory here. M is mass of the particle. Mass of the particle. Mass of a particle moving with mass of a particle moving with velocity v, moving with velocity v, moving with velocity v. This is the formula. Here m naught is called rest mass. M naught is called rest mass. And c is speed of light. Its value 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. It is speed of light. So what we have to understand here is the mass also varies. Mass also varies. So here, just now we note that what we have observed, how the mass of that varies means m is equal to m naught into square root of 1 minus v square by c square we told. So for photon, if you observe for photon, the mass of photon is rest mass means I told zero. How it is zero, sir? Rest mass of photon? Somebody asked. So nothing here. 1 minus v square by c square. Photon always travels with the speed of light. Photon travels with the speed of light. That implies m naught is equal to m into what will happen? Square root of 1 minus 1. So m into 0. So rest mass of photon is 0. Rest mass of photon is 0. So when it is moving, it is having mass. So here what should we write? E is equal to, we have h mu. E is equal to, from Einstein mass energy relation, equal to mc square. From these two I can write h mu is equal to mc square. M is equal to h mu by c square. M is equal to h mu by c square. M is called as, what is M is called? Mass of photon when moving. We can write it as h mu by c square. I hope this is clear now. Next, let us observe. Here, E is a photon, energy of photon. H mu, we are written hc by lambda. So, E is equal to h mu is equal to hc by lambda we wrote. And we are writing now, P is called momentum of photon. Momentum of photon. So what is momentum of photon? Momentum is mass into velocity. What is the mass of photon? Mass of photon is c. C is mass of, c is speed of light, and m is mass of photon. Because photon always travels with what speed? Light speed. Photon speed is light speed. The photon means the speed of the particle is c, light speed. So I can write momentum of photon as mc. Momentum of photon as mc. And here I know as energy, I can also write it as mc square. That means now this formula can I write mc into c. But what is mc? M into c is nothing but momentum of photon. So what is the relation between energy of photon and momentum of photon? Energy and photon and momentum of photon are linked as E is equal to Pc. P is momentum of photon. C is speed of light. Speed of light. So this is the relation between energy of photon, momentum of photon with the speed of light. Like that I can give the relation. So this is the basic information to be known about photon. Next, let us have to know about de Broglie matter waves. De Broglie matter waves. So here what de Broglie explained us. De Broglie told that matter also have dual nature. It can behave both as a particle as well as wave. That is explained by de Broglie about dual nature. Dual nature of matter. Dual nature of matter. Generally what we say, when the radiation interact with the materials, that is behaves as a particle, and when it is moving in a medium, it is behaves as a wave. So as a radiation behaves as a particle and wave, the dual, that matter also will have dual nature. So from that they told that matter can behave both as a particle as well as wave. Particle nature is there as well as wave. So radiation, whenever you observe radiation, the radiation interacting with the material particles will behave as a particle. And radiation, when it is moving in a medium, it behaves as a wave. So the matter also, hypothesis says that matter also behave as both a particle as well as wave. Because the de Broglie hypothesis, we use the name de Broglie hypothesis. What is de Broglie hypothesis says? The very important theory beta, de Broglie hypothesis. It says that the universe consists, total universe if you observe, universe consists of, what is universe consists of? Only two things. One is matter, another one is radiation. Matter and radiation only. Our total universe is nothing but what we have? Matter and radiation. So matter and radiation, what we have in universe, matter and radiation. So De Broglie says that, De Broglie says one important point, that is nature loves symmetry. Nature loves symmetry. So if any theory is satisfied by, if any theory is satisfied by matter, that also will be satisfied by radiation. Radiation satisfied means matter also must satisfy. That is nature loves symmetry. Nature loves symmetry. Now, what they are saying here, observe carefully here. They are telling that if radiation has dual nature, radiation has dual nature, then radiation has dual nature, then matter also should have dual nature, matter also should have dual nature. This is called as nature loves symmetry, symmetry. So matter also should have dual nature, because total universe is made up of what? Consists universe, matter and radiation. So nature loves symmetry. That means radiation has dual nature, matter also will have dual nature. Like that they explained this de Broglie hypothesis. De Broglie hypothesis. Okay, next, let us observe. The de Broglie explained the de Broglie wavelength as, actually what just now we told when we are discussing about photon equal to hc by lambda, photon energy. We can also make it as mc square. M is effective mass and wavelength can be written as, from these two, what should I write? So hc by lambda equal to mc square. So c get cancelled. Lambda is equal to h by mc. M into c is nothing but p, momentum. So our formula, what we can write from here, lambda is equal to h by p. Lambda is equal to h by p. So momentum is equal to, I can write it as h by p. What is h? Planck's constant. What is p? Linear momentum. Now let us observe the same theory, because hypothesis, from that we can write for particle. I have taken some particle here. So for any particle also, lambda is equal to h by p. So here P can be written as M into V. Linear momentum. What is P means? Linear momentum. Linear momentum of a particle. This is M is mass of a particle. Mass of a particle. V is speed of a particle. V is called speed of a particle. Now, from this information, what should I write? Lambda is equal to, I can write h by mv. Lambda is equal to, I can write h by mv. Why? P is equal to mv we wrote. So lambda is h by mv I got. Next you observe carefully beta. Next, as lambda is equal to h by p, I know from that is laws of motion chapter. Even work per energy connected laws of motion, that is kinetic energy, can be written as p square by 2m. P is equal to root over 2m into kinetic energy. So from this formula, I can write linear momentum as lambda is equal to h by root over 2m into kinetic energy. Here, what is Ke? Kinetic energy of particle. Ke is called kinetic energy of a particle. Kinetic energy of a particle. So how a particle gets kinetic energy? The particle gets a kinetic energy because of work done by potential difference. Any particle will get kinetic energy because of applied potential difference. V is called potential difference, and Q is called charge, So kinetic energy we can also write work done by potential difference, that is a V into Q. Q is called charge. Just now we observed as lambda is equal to, the formula is H equal by root over 2m into kinetic energy. But what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is nothing but work done by potential difference. So now I can write finally the formula as lambda is equal to H by root over 2m into kinetic energy. This is my formula. Lambda is equal to H by root over 2m into kinetic energy. So this kinetic energy now we are replacing with what? Potential difference and charge. Kinetic energy we are replacing with potential difference into charge. So I can write lambda equal to H by root over 2m into VQ. V is potential difference, Q is charge. This is the formula for lambda, H by root over 2m into VQ. So I hope you are clear with this formula, beta. Now, this lambda for different particles. Suppose if you take electron, so electron is a particle. General formula is lambda is equal to H by root over 2m into VQ. So we know the values of H and all. H is 6.62. We can say what is the H value? 6.62 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second. And Q is equal to charge of electron 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb, and mass of electron 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. If you substitute this total data and if you simplify, you will get, by simplifying you will get lambda of electron is equal to 12.27 by root V in angstrom. Potential difference we have to take in volts. So we'll get answer in angstroms. This is a shortcut formula for this one. We can also rewrite and write this one as square root of 150 by V. Square root of, just if I take that one inside square root, 12.27 whole square means it is, I can take it as 150. So I can write the formula like this also. For electron, this is the formula what I have for electron. For electron, this is the formula what I have. Now you observe the formula for next one is proton. Proton, let us observe. So we discussed about electron. Now we have to individually, we have to discuss all the things. So the first page today what I discussed, let us check once. Here in the first page I discussed about photon. Photon, I told it is traveling with a speed of light. Photon is nothing but energy packets of radiation is called as photon. It travels with speed of light equal to h mu is equal to hc by lambda. So E is energy of photon, mu is frequency, and lambda is wavelength. Everything we discussed. This is our first page in today's class. Second page, photon exists only while moving, have zero rest mass. That is m is equal to m naught by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. This is the mass relation. M is mass of particle moving with v. M naught is rest mass. C is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. From this information, what I got here, I have noticed that is E is equal to, first of all, before that, before this page, I explained M is equal to M naught by square root of 1 minus V square by C square for photon. m naught equal to m into 1 minus v square by c square. Photon means speed equal to light speed. V and c are equal. So rest mass is 0. Rest mass of photon is 0. Next page. Here we have to observe the next page here. What we discussed, E is equal to h mu. E equal to, from Einstein mass energy relation, equal to mc square. Equating these two, h mu equal to mc square, m equal to h mu by c square. This is the formula I noticed. Next page. Let us see the next page here. That is about equal to h mu hc by lambda. We have taken momentum of photon, mass into velocity. But what is the velocity of photon? Photon velocity is speed of light, c. So p equal to mc. As equal to mc square, mc into c equal to pc. I can write energy and momentum, they are related as equal to pc for photon. Equal to pc for photon. Next, we started de Broglie matter waves. In that first dual nature of matter, that is about particle nature and wave nature, we have discussed. Dual nature, dual nature. Generally, what we say is radiation has dual nature. Radiation, and the radiation has dual nature. It behaves both as a particle as wave. But our universe consists of what? Matter and radiation. We say nature loves symmetry. As radiation has dual nature, matter also has dual nature. Matter also has dual nature. So as the matter has dual nature, then what we can conclude here? So we are going to check it out about that. When we take equal to hc by lambda equal to mc square, if we equate lambda is h by mc. Mc is nothing but momentum. So the de Broglie wavelength, this we call it as de Broglie wavelength. Lambda is called de Broglie wavelength. De Broglie produced this theory, so that we are calling this wavelength as de Broglie wavelength. Now, in the next page, you observe carefully here. So that what happened after discussing about de Broglie wavelength, now about particle. I am discussing about a particle nature. Lambda is equal to h by p. P is linear momentum of a particle. I can write linear momentum of a particle. M is mass of a particle. V is speed of a particle. Now from this one, I can substitute in the place of P. What I can substitute? M into V. So lambda is equal to H by MV. Lambda equal to H by P, and P is MV we wrote. Now here observe kinetic energy is P square by 2M. So P is equal to root over 2M by kinetic energy, because this is from work energy power connected with loss of motion. We have P is equal to linear momentum is equal to square root of 2m into kinetic energy. I substitute here square root of 2m ke instead of P. Then in the next page, the kinetic energy of a particle, how we are getting means because of potential difference. So in the place of kinetic energy, I can write potential difference into charge. Before this page, what I have written, I'll show you. So here the kinetic energy is obtained because of potential difference into charge. So lambda is equal to h by root over 2m into kinetic energy. In the plane kinetic energy, I substituted potential difference into charge. Now I am discussing about what? Electron. Electron means by substituting the h value, charge of electron, mass of electron, like that we can write the electron de Broglie wavelength formula 12.27 by root V will get in angstroms. V is potential difference, volts, will measure in volts. This is for electron. Like that we have values for proton, we have values for deuteron, and we also have the values for alpha particle, proton, deuteron, and alpha particles. So we have to discuss each and everything now. Deuteron, alpha particle, proton, and all the neutron also. How to handle the neutron also we are going to check now. Let us see better here. So for proton, now target is proton. What is the proton formula for de Broglie wavelength means? Lambda is equal to 0.286 by root V in angstroms. Or we can write it as 0.082 by root V in angstroms. This is for proton. Similarly for deuteron, there in our main formula, you have to substitute mass, charge, and H will get. So lambda of deuteron, what is lambda of deuteron? 0.202 by root V will get in angstroms. Like that for alpha particle means nucleus of helium. What is alpha particle? Nucleus of helium is called as alpha particle. If you substitute mass of alpha particle, charge of alpha particle, you will get the answer as 0.101 by root V. Will get answer again in angstroms. Answer will get in angstroms. Similarly, for a neutron, if you observe, for neutron, the formula we can write it as lambda is equal to 0.286 by energy. We must not write potential. Energy we have to write here. Why energy? Neutron don't have charge. It is not accelerated by potential. So E is energy. Kinetic energy of neutron. E is kinetic energy of neutron. It must be taken in electron volts. Now the question is, what is the thermal neutron? Thermal neutron de Broglie wavelength. Thermal neutron as lambda is equal to, what is our original formula? H by root over 2m into kinetic energy. Thermal. In our kinetic theory of gases, kinetic energy can be written as 3 by 2 kBT. kB is Boltzmann constant, T is temperature. Substituting that, H by root over 2m into 3 by 2 kBT I can write. Now I can cancel this 2 and 2. So that, what is the formula I am left here? I am left with lambda is equal to, I can write now, lambda is equal to H by root over 3m into kBT. This is nothing but wavelength of thermal neutron wavelength. Thermal neutron wavelength. This one we can also write it as thermal neutron we wrote. So for neutron, lambda is equal to 30.8 by root over Tn angstroms. 30.8 in Tn angstroms. Previously, just we have given energy for neutron. We have provided the energy for neutron to move by some neutron guns like that. We are providing energy to move. This is the formula. But now this thermal neutron, how we got energy? Because of heat. So kBT we provided 3 by 2 kBT from kinetic theory of gases. That is the difference here for thermal neutron and normal neutron. So like that we discuss the de Broglie wavelength, different forms for de Broglie wavelength. Next, let us observe. What we observe here is, whenever we are taking that de Broglie wavelength means, we have to be very clear with three things: proton, deuteron, alpha particles. While solving the problems, we need the information about these three things. What we have in these three things means, first, about symbol of proton, and charge of proton, and mass of proton. So this is the particle. I am taking first one as proton, next deuteron, next alpha particle. Now proton symbol 1H1, deuteron symbol 1H2, Alpha particle symbol 2He4. So if we assume the charge of proton is Q, mass of proton as M. Remember, always atomic number corresponds to Q. Mass number corresponds to M. Atomic number 1, so 1Q. Mass number 1, so 1M. But in neutron like that, atomic number, okay, 1. So I can write here also, I can write it as Q. But observe carefully about mass number 2. For 1 we got M. For 2 we'll get here 2M. For again, if you observe here, what is the atomic number 2? So what we'll get here? Atomic number 2 means I'll get it as 2Q. Here you observe again. Here mass number is 4. So mass number means 4 means what will get the mass? Mass will get it as 4M. This tabular form is very important while solving the problems of de Broglie. De Broglie problems, if you want to solve, this information is very important. Now, if you take that a particle along the circle like that, that means actually from here to here, if you take number of waves like this occupying in a space, so from here to here one wavelength, from here to here one wavelength, from here to here one wavelength, from here to here one wavelength. So the wave how we are having means now we can represent in this way. So here how many waves are there means suppose total n waves are there, n waves are there. From here to here one wavelength. So I can write the radius what we consider here is r. So what should I write? 2 pi r is circumference. In circumference, how many wavelengths are there for one wave? For one wave from here to here, wavelength is lambda. Like the total we are taking n are there. So 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. So the circumference of the circle formed here, we can write it as 2 pi r equal to n lambda. So here what we can conclude, the wavelength does not fit into the circumference. The electron refers, the electron interference destructively. Electron cannot exist in such orbit. It must and should fit like this, otherwise it will become destructive. The string have wavelength related to length of the string, allowing them to interfere constructively. It's allowing to form like that, say constructive, or otherwise don't allow destructive. Like that will give the information. This is the basic information from de Broglie matter waves, what we discussed mainly in today's class about de Broglie. So this information is sufficient to start doing the problems. So you can do objectives. Thank you everyone, beta. Do objectives and meet me in my next class.